Hello, you're welcome to NDM Institute Weekly Math Drill, and we are in week 6 now based on the Nigerian Mathematics curriculum for senior secondary school. And the topic being considered in week 6 is algebra. So we are going to look at the introduction and expression of algebra. All right, so a quick one, the meaning of algebra. So when we are talking about algebra, it's a branch of mathematics that uses letters, symbols, and numbers to represent and solve problems. Okay, so now there are some basic terms we need to master when it comes to um, algebraic expression. And when you understand these terms, it will help you to be able to solve question rightly. So the first term we need to learn about is constant. What is a constant? So a constant is a fixed value. So for example, you have something like this. You have 5x plus 6. So this is an expression. So 6 here is a constant. A constant is a fixed value. Then a variable is a letter that can take different values. Sometimes we call it the unknown. So when you see any unknown in a given expression, it's referred to as a variable. So it could be a letter, it could be a symbol, and the rest of it. So in this expression here, x is a variable, x is the unknown. So a variable is a letter that can take different values. Then the next thing is coefficient. A coefficient is a number multiplying a variable. Do you see? So if you look at this expression, 5x plus 6, you will see that what 5 is multiplying x. So, or you can put it this way, any number attached to a variable is a coefficient. So 5 is being attached to x without any other sign, splitting it. So 5 is the coefficient of x. Then finally, another term we need to consider is expression itself. That is a combination of numbers, variables, and operation signs. So that will give you a simple expression. So that's it. So remember that a constant is a fixed value. A variable is the unknown. It could be alphabet or any other symbol. Then a coefficient is any number being attached to a variable or that is multiplying a variable. All right, so let's see how we can add and subtract algebraic expression. Now, for you to be able to add and subtract any given problem, first thing you have to consider is like terms. Like terms. And before you add any terms together, you need to consider the variables. Are they the same? They must be exactly the same. So now let's see, how can we add this? So I'm seeing 4x here. I'm seeing minus 2x. I'm seeing 3y and y. So the first term is actually 4x. So for me to be able to add and subtract, I will also carry the term that look exactly with x, nothing different with the variable. So I'm going to bring minus 2x. Now, do you see, when I'm carrying it, I'm also carrying it with the sign. This negative sign belongs to 2x. So I'm going to carry with the sign. So I'm going to have 4x minus 2x. So then 3y plus 3y, then plus y. So I have successfully collected the terms that are similar, like terms. So you can now add and subtract. So I'm going to do 4x minus 2x. I'm going to have it to be what? 2x. 4 minus, so you're working based on the coefficient. So 4x minus 2x, I'm going to have what? 2x. Then 3y plus y. The coefficient of y here is 1. So it's just like we are doing 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1, you're going to have 4y. Do you see? So the answer to this question 1 is what? 2x plus 4y. We have successfully add and simplify this problem. Okay, now let's look at the second question. Question 2. All right, so the same thing is being applied here. You collect the like terms, 7a, you look for a again, plus 5a, then we have b, carry the negative sign along, minus 2b, minus 3b. All right, so after you have collected the like terms, you can now add and subtract. 7a plus 5a, you're going to have it to be 12a, minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 minus 3, you can have it to be minus 5b. So I believe we have learned the rule for addition and subtraction. Yes, that when the sign is the same, negative negative, you're adding the value and your final result will still be with that sign. So negative 2, negative 3, I'm going to have it to be negative 5. All right, so this is the answer for the second question. All right, you can take it down. You can take it down. So let's try question 3. Question 3. So we apply the same knowledge, collect the like terms. 8m minus 3m will go and meet 8m because they are like terms. Then plus 6n plus 2n. You see, bring the like terms together. So 8m minus 3m, you're going to have it to be 5m. 6n plus 2n, you're going to have it to be 8n. And this is our answer for question 3. So let's try question 4. We are going to stop at 5. Then you try from 6 to 10 and comment your answer in the comment section for us to see. All right. So doing this, collect the like terms. 10p. So you look for the term that have p. So 10p plus 3p will come next. Then q, carry the negative sign along, minus 6q. So if you add, you're going to have it to be 13p. The negative negative is going to be, when the sign is the same, you're adding and your final result will be with the sign. So I'm going to have negative 10q. We are done. So it is that easy. Let's try the last question under this subheading, question 5. All right, so 9x, then see another x here. So you bring it to 9x. It's going to be negative 2x. Carry it along with the sign. Then y plus 5y minus 3y. So 9x minus 2x, you're going to have it to be 7x. 5y minus 3y, you're going to have it to be 2y. So that is how to add and subtract algebraic expression. So you're going to try question 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and comment your answer in the comment section. I'll be in the comment section to check the solution of your work. All right, let's go to the next subheading. How can you multiply an algebraic expression? How do you multiply? All right. So, for example, look at question 1. The number that precedes the bracket, that is 3, is going to multiply every single term in the bracket, okay? So the number that precedes the bracket, which is 3, 3 will multiply x, 3 will multiply 4. All right, so let's do the multiplication. So 3 times x, you're going to have it to be what? 3x. You put your plus. 3 times 4, you're going to have it to be 12. You're done. That is all, and that is actually your final answer for question 1. All right, let's see how we can also multiply question 2. Let's try question 2. All right, so the number that precedes the bracket is going to multiply every number in the bracket. So 2 will multiply A, 2 will multiply A. So 2 multiply A, I'm going to have it to be 2A. 2 multiply 5, I'm going to have it to be 10. Very easy. So that is the answer for question 2. Let's try that of 3. A little bit more complex. All right, now you can see the value that precedes the bracket is having a variable. It's having a variable. So now, how do you solve this type of question? Look, the 4 will multiply, the number will multiply the number, 4 will multiply 3, then the variable will multiply the variable. Do you see? So let's do that. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna have. All right, so 4 times 3 is what? 12. Then b multiply b. Now, when a variable, the same variable multiply each other, now since they are two, you are going to just write one of the variable and you are going to have index of 2. You're going to have index of 2, index of 2, index of 2. Sorry, let me get the sign for that. So I'm going to have it to be b square. All right, so b multiply b is going to be b square. We are done with that then. Now, remember that the sign um, for 4b is positive. So positive multiply negative. I'm still going to have negative here. Sorry. I'm going to have negative here. All right, so 4 multiply 7, I'm going to have it to be 28. Then there's no b with 7, so I'm just going to have my b. So you're just doing like b times 1. All right, I don't know whether I understand this. Yes, let me repeat myself. 4 will multiply the 3. Then when the variable multiply each other, they are actually the same and they multiply each other. Is gonna be what with index of 2. So I'm gonna have b squared minus 28b. All right, let's try the next question 4. Let's try question 4. Question 4. So it's becoming more complex. How do you multiply this? Now, so the same knowledge we got from 3, we're going to apply it for question 4. So 2 is going to multiply 3. I'm going to have it to be what? 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Then p multiply q. I'm going to have pq. You see, the variable are actually not the same. So since they are not the same, just write them out like that. We are done with that. We move to the next one. So 2 will multiply the 4. I'm going to have it to be 8. Then p multiply arrow, I'm going to have it to be what? P R. Done. We move to the next one. 2 multiply negative 5, I'm going to have it to be negative 10. Then there is no p with 5, so it's just as if there is 1 there. So p times nothing or 1, I'm going to have it to be p. So this is the final result for question 4. All right, let's try question 5. Second to the last question under this section. How do you multiply when you have this kind of question? You have to bracket. How do you do the multiplication? Now, let me explain. Watch carefully. Now, this first term you're seeing here, 2x, will multiply the first term in this bracket and also the second term. Then the second term, you're seeing the second term, which is 3, will multiply the first term and also the second term. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and apply this knowledge. So now 2x is going to multiply x. So 2x multiply x, I'm gonna use this symbol. Mm. All right, so I'm gonna have it to be, now the coefficient of x in the second in the second bracket is 1. So 2 times 1, I'm going to say I have my 2. Then x multiply x, I'm going to have it to be x squared. Remember I told you that when you have the variable looking the same and they are multiplying each other, you're going to have it to be what? Index of 2, and you just pick one of the variable. All right, we are done with that. So still the first term is going to multiply the second term here. Put your plus. 2x times 4, you're going to have it to be 8x. Then we are done. So the first term here has multiplied every single term in this bracket, in the second bracket. So the second term is going to multiply every single term also in this bracket. So I'm going to do 3 times x. I'm going to have it to be what? 3x. Then 3 times 4, I'm going to have it to be 12. That's all. That's all. Now, if you want to go further to simplify this, you can actually look for the term that are actually the same. Then you can either add or subtract. So now let's look at the variable that has the same, that are actually the same. So x squared, do you see x is here, x is here, but that doesn't mean they're actually the same. This one have index of 2, this one have index of 1. So we are not going to add them together. They are not the same thing. So we can only add 8x and 3x together because the variable is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. So 8x plus 3x, I'm going to have it to be what? 11x. 11x. So this is our final answer for question 5, for question 5. So I'm going to do the last question, question 6. So let's do question 6. All right, so we are going to apply the same knowledge we got from question 5 to question 6. Remember what I told you? That the first term will multiply the first term here and also the second term here, everything in this bracket. Then the second term will multiply first term here, second term here, everything. All right, so let's do this together. So 3a is going to multiply 2a. So 3a multiply 2a. Can you say it before I actually say that? Or type it down? Okay. All right, let's see whether you're correct. 3a multiply 2a. I'm going to have 6. I'm going to have 6a squared. 3 multiply 2 is 6. Since the variable are the same, a multiply a, I'm going to have it to be what? A squared. Put your plus. 3a times 1, I'm still going to have 3a. 5 times 2a, I'm going to have it to be 10a. Then 5 times 1, I'm going to have it to be 5. Oh, this is large. All right, so we are done with this. We can now add and subtract. So the terms that are actually the same, you can see 3 and 10a, they are actually the same. So we are going to add and subtract, and that is going to give us 13a. So we are done with question 6. So you're going to try question 7 and question 8 and comment your answer. I'm going to be in the comment section to check your answer for this question. Let's go to the next subheading. And this next subheading is combination of addition, subtraction, and multiplication of algebraic expression. So we are going to combine the knowledge that we have gotten from 1, the first subheading, second subheading, and this one together to solve the question. So now you have been given this type of question. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? So first thing you are going to do is what? Look at the bracket. You simplify the bracket first. Let there not be bracket. So remember what we said earlier, that what the number that precedes the bracket is going to multiply every single number inside the bracket. So this is what we're going to be having. So this bracket is going away. So 2 actually precede the bracket. So 2 multiply x, I'm going to have it to be 2x. Then 2 multiply 4, I'm going to have it to be what? 8. I'm going to have it to be 8. So the 2 only multiply what is inside the bracket. So it's not going to multiply -5. -5 is not inside the bracket. So the 2 actually precede the bracket. So the 2 will multiply x, it will multiply 4. Now, when you're done with this, you collect the like terms. Okay, fortunately, this is already arranged. 3x and 2x, 8 minus 5. So the constant, they are together. Then the one with the variable, they are together. So we add and subtract. So 3x plus 2x, you're going to have it to be 5x. 8 minus 5, you're going to have it to be 3. We are done. And that's just the answer for that question. All right, so let's go to question 2. So we are applying the same skill to solve this question. All right, remember what precedes the bracket is going to multiply what is inside the bracket. So, sorry. So -3 precede the bracket, so it's going to multiply everything in the bracket. So -3 multiply a, I'm going to have -3a. Now, when negative sign multiply negative sign is going to be positive. So 3 times 2 is going to be 6. We are actually done with that. So 4a, we have our 4a, -3 multiply a, we have -3a. Then negative sign multiply negative is going to be positive. Then 3 times 2, 6. So simplify this to get your final result. 4a minus 3a, you're going to just have a. 4 minus 3 is 1. So no need to put the 1. Then 6 plus 6, you're going to have 12. So that is all for that question. All right, let's go for something more complex. So I'm going to skip question 3 and 4. You are going to do question 3 and 4 and send your answer in the comment section. I will be in the comment section to check that. So we are skipping question 3. Oh, my pen is not working. Question 3, question 4. Yes, you can actually do that. You can actually do that. So let's do question 5. Let's do question 5. 5 is a little bit complex, so let's see how we can actually do that. Now, how do you solve this question? Now, you need to be very careful with the negative sign when solving this particular type of question. So what precedes the bracket, we multiply everything in the bracket, okay? So 2 we multiply x, you're going to have it to be 2x. 2 we multiply 3, you're going to have it to be 6. We are done with that bracket. 3 we multiply x, you're going to have it to be what? 3x. Then 3 we multiply 2, you're going to have it to be 6. Now, if you see, there is actually no number that precedes this bracket, okay? But always know that there is an invisible 1. So this negative sign and that 1 is going to multiply everything in this bracket. So -1, or just say negative sign, negative multiply x, you're going to have it to be -x. Negative multiply 5, you're going to have it to be -5. So you collect the like terms, you add and subtract. So 2x here, 3x, we go and make 2x. Then -x, come along. Then let's go for the number. Let's take this 6 first, plus 6. Then this other 6. Then -5. Then you go ahead and add and subtract. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. 5x minus x, you're going to have it to be 4x. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 minus 5, you're going to have it to be 7. That is our final answer for question, what was that? Question 5. So I believe you can make an attempt to the remaining question. All right, so we solve question 5. So you're solving question 3 and 4. Then we have done 5. You're gonna do 6, 7, and 8. Comment your answer. But I'm gonna solve question 9 so that you can actually master this very well. Question 9. All right, see the same thing that we have been doing. What precedes the bracket is going to multiply every single thing in the bracket. So 2 multiply x, you're going to have 2x. 2 multiply 5, you're going to have it to be 10. 2 multiply, 3 multiply x, you're going to have it to be 3x. 3 multiply negative 2, you're going to have it to be negative 6. We are done. Negative 4 multiply x, you have negative 4x. Negative 4 multiply 1, you're going to have negative 4 plus. Now, you can see there's actually no number here, but always know that there is 1 here. So 1 multiply everything is going to still be that thing. So we're going to get x plus 7 back. All right, after you are done this, collect the like terms. 2x, 3x, then negative 4x, then plus x. Now, when you're done with the term with the variable, you go with the one with constant. Plus 10 come first. Negative 6 follow. Negative 4. Then what is again? Plus 7. All right, so let's add and subtract. So 2x plus 3x is 5. 5 minus 4 is x. X plus x is 2x. So we're having 2x here. Then 10 minus 6, you're going to have it to be 4. Then 4 minus 4. Oh, when the same number subtract, it's going to be 0. So 4 minus 4 is 0. Then you're going to have just 7 remaining plus 7. So this is the final result for question 9. All right, so let's go to another subheading. So you're doing question 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Please ensure you comment your answer for the question given. All right, so let's go with cases that involves more than one variable in a given term. So how do you solve those kind of questions? How do you solve this kind of question? All right, remember the variable in any term must be exactly the same before you can add and subtract. So if you look at this first question, 3xy plus 2xy, you can see xy, xy. The variable is actually the same, So we can add it. So the final result for this question is going to be 5xy. We are done with that question, and that's all. All right, let's try question 2. We're going to apply the same knowledge in solving this question. All right, you can see we are actually having 3 terms here. The first one have the variable AB, second one AB, the third one on A. For you to be able to add and subtract, the variable must be exactly the same. So AB is here, AB is here. So we can only subtract, we can only simplify this one. The one with A, there's no B, so we're just gonna leave it like that. So 4AB minus 2AB. 4ab minus 2ab, you're gonna have it to be 2ab plus 5a. Now we can add 5a to this 2ab because there's no b with 5a. So this is actually going to be the final answer. All right, so I'm not going to solve question 3. You are going to be solving question 3 for me and comment your answer for me. Let's go to question 4. Now, solving question 4 is more technical than the previous question we did. So what you're going to do, first thing, you're going to simplify the bracket. So we have 2ab plus 3ac. Now, the negative a is going to multiply everything in the bracket. Remember what precedes the bracket, multiply what is in the bracket. So negative a multiply b, you're going to have what? Negative what? ab. Then negative a multiply c, you're going to have what? Negative ac. Then you collect the like terms. So 2ab. Now negative ab, oh, it's looking like this one. So you're going to bring it along. Negative ab plus 3ac. Oh, sorry for that. 3ac. Then you bring negative ac. The variable must be exactly the same. All right, so let's add and subtract. So 2ab minus ab. So I'm just going to have it to be ab. Why am I having ab? Because you are working based on the coefficient. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 is supposed to be here, but no need to write that 1. No need to write it. Then the next one, 3ac minus ac. You see, there is no number here, but know that there is 1 here. So I'm doing 3 minus 1 is 2. So I'm having 2ac. All right, ensure that what the variable is always the same. If it's small letter, maintain small letter. If it's capital letter, all right, you can make it capital letter. So this is the final answer for question 4. So I believe you understand this. Now you are doing question 3. So I'm going to leave you with question 5 to try and solve it. Question 5. I'm going to do question 6. Ensure you comment your answer in the comment section so that I can actually check what you have done in respect to this question 7. Sorry, question 6. Question 6. So we're applying the same knowledge to solve this question. Now, what precedes the bracket is going to multiply everything in the bracket. So you're going to have it to be 2xy. So 2x multiply y, you're going to have it to be 2xy plus 2x multiplied 3, you're going to have it to be 6x plus 3y multiply x. 3y multiply x, you're going to have it to be 3xy. Then 3y multiply 4, you're going to have it to be 12y. We are done with that. Now, be careful with negative sign. Negative multiply x, you're going to have it to be negative x. Negative multiply y, you're going to have it to be negative y. We are done. Then you collect the like terms, you add and subtract. 2xy is coming. Then where is another xy? You see, we have 3xy. All right, so we are done with all the ones that have xy. Then 6x, sorry, 6x, where is another x? Minus x. We are done with that. We are done with that. Let's go for y. We have plus 12y minus y. All right, so to get the final result, you're going to add and subtract. 2 plus 3 is 5. So I'm going to have 5xy. 6x minus x. That is 6 minus 1, the coefficient. You're going to have 5x. Then 12y minus y, 12 minus 1, I'm going to have it to be 11y. So that is the final answer for question 6. All right, so you're going to try question 7 for me. So you're doing question 3. What question? Okay, question 3, question 5, and question 7. All right, let's go to question 8. I'm going to be solving question 8 now. Please ensure you comment the answer to your result for me so that I can check if you're correct or wrong. Question 8. How do you solve question 8? You need to be very careful when you're doing this particular question. All right, so we are going to apply the knowledge we learned before to do this question. Remember that when you're having two brackets, that what the first one will multiply this and also this, while the second one multiply this and also this. All right, so let's do it now. All right. So x multiply 2x. That is coefficient of x is 1. So 1 times 2, you're going to have 2. Remember that what when the same variable multiply, that you're going to have index of what? 2. So x times 2x, you're going to have it to be what? 2x then square. X multiply 3y, you put a plus. X multiply 3y, you're gonna have what? 3xy. We are done with the first term, that is x. So let's move to the second one, 2y. So 2y multiply 2x, you're gonna have it to be what? 4xy. Then 2 multiply 3 is 6, y multiply y, I'm gonna have it to be what? 6y squared. When the same variable multiply, you're gonna have an index of 2. Okay, we are done with that. Now let's move to the next one. Now you have to be very careful and pay close attention to this instruction that I want to give to you. Now, whenever you notice that there is a negative sign in front of an expression that involves two brackets to multiply like this, just leave the negative sign there. Okay, just like what I'm going to do now. Just leave the negative sign, then still maintain your bracket. Put your bracket like this. Oh, come on, come on. All right, you maintain your brackets. Okay, so just leave the negative sign. Okay, then just do the multiplication, but ensure you maintain the bracket like this. Is that okay? All right, so x will multiply x. You're gonna have it to be x squared. You're gonna have it to be x squared. Then x multiply y. You're gonna have it to be xy. We are done with that. Y multiply x. You're gonna have it to be xy. You see, I'm trying to make it to be alphabetical. Then y multiply negative y is going to be negative, please. Positive multiply negative is going to be negative. So you're gonna have y squared. All right, sorry, let me make this to be more neater for you. All right, so we are done. Now, this is how you're going to have handle this negative sign. So this negative sign is going to multiply every single term in this bracket. Is that okay? So this is how you're gonna do it. Just watch. So negative multiply x is going to be negative x squared. Negative multiply this is going to be negative. Here will be negative. Then negative multiply negative here is going to be what? Positive. So here is going to be negative. Here is going to be negative. Here is going to be what? Positive. All right, let me repeat that again. So negative multiply s square, I'm going to have negative s square. Negative multiply plus, I'm going to have negative. Negative multiply plus, I'm going to have negative. Negative multiply negative, I'm going to have positive. Then when you're done with this, you collect the like terms. Oh, this is lengthy. So s square is going to come first. Do you see? Then you see, negative s square will follow. So this is going to come here. We are done with that. All right, let's take all the one that have index of 2 first. Then let's take 6y square. Carry it with the sign. Do you see the way I'm carrying it? Then plus y square. Oh, sorry. Plus y square along with the sign. All right, so we move to the one that have combination of variable. 3xy, 4xy. Yes, I can just carry the two the same time because they are all the same. They have the same variable. Then this one too, they have the same variable. All right, it's very easy to do. Can you see it? S square, S square, Y square, Y square, XY, 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 XY. You cannot add and subtract. You cannot add and subtract. You cannot add and subtract. So let's do the addition and the subtraction. All right, so 2s squared minus s squared, you're going to have it to be just what? S squared. We are done with that. It's just like you're doing 2 minus 1. All right, so 2 minus 1. You're just going to have 1. So just s squared is remaining. Now you have 6y squared. 6y squared plus y squared. 6 plus 1 is 7. So you're just going to have 7y squared. Then the remaining one is actually out. So you're done with that. You're done with that. So the next one is what? You see, all the variable here, they're actually the same. So we just add and subtract. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. Then 6 minus 1, you're going to have 5. So we are having 5xy. All right, do you see there's nothing the same that we can actually add and subtract again? So this is our final answer for this particular question. What question was that? That was actually question 8. So you can apply this knowledge in solving question 9 and also question 10. All right, let's do the last question under this topic. The last question, let's do question 11. Okay, I think that is all for this topic. So let's do question 11. All right. So if you understand what we just did, you'll be able to do this neatly. All right. So remember that what When you have bracket like this, the first term is going to multiply the first term here and the second term multiply the first and the second term, just like that. All right, so let's quickly do this together. All right. All right, so now m multiply 2m, I'm going to have it to be what? 2m squared. 2m squared, so you're going to have 2m squared. Then m multiply negative n, I'm going to have negative mn. All right, so we are done with the first term. So let's move to the second one. 2n multiply 2m, I'm going to have it to be what? 4mn. Then plus 2n multiply negative n, I'm going to have it to be what? Negative 2, you're going to have index of, that's 2n squared. We are done with that bracket. Then we'll move to the next bracket. Now you can see that what precedes the bracket multiply everything in the bracket. So 3n multiply m, I'm going to have it to be 3mn. Then 3n multiply plus n, I'm still going to have it to be positive, and it's going to be 3n squared. 3n squared. All right, so let me adjust this a little bit. So we are done with that. All right, so let's do the last one. Negative multiply m, I'm going to have negative m. Now, remember when negative multiply negative is going to be positive. So negative negative, I'm having positive n. All right, so let me still reduce that so that we can actually see everything. All right, so this is okay. All right, so remember I still put this in the bracket, so let me just remove it from the bracket. Come on, come on, come on. So what we're gonna be doing now is to collect the like terms. All right, so let's collect the like terms. So 2m squared is going to come first. All right, let's look for another term with m squared. Oh, there's another term with m squared. All right, then we'll go with the one with n squared. So let's bring this. We go with another one with n squared again. All right, so we are done with all the variable with index of 2. So let's go with the one with that index. So this is actually the same. So just bring them together. Yes. Then this also, bring them together. Then finally minus mn. Okay, they are not the same, but just keep them somewhere. All right, so to get our final result, 2m squared, there's no other term we can add and subtract, so you're just gonna leave it like that. So negative 2n squared plus 3n squared you are going to have it to be just n square. Just n square. Let me put it here. All right, so this will just be what? N square. It's going to be positive. Negative 2 plus 3 is just the same thing as 3 minus 2. When the sign is different, you're subtracting, and the sign with the bigger number will be your final result. Rule for addition and subtraction. All right, then now negative 1 plus 4, you having it to be 3. 3 plus 3, you're going to have it to be 6. So I'm going to be having 6mn. So plus 6mn. Do you see that? Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So now there's no other term I can add with this or subtract. So this is our final result for question 11. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I believe you understood everything that I've been taught. So comment your opinion in respect to this in the comment section. Then every work that has been given, please ensure you do it. Ensure you do it. Let me remove this so that you can see some of the question that has been given. Yes. Ensure you do it. Comment your answer. I'll be in the comment section to check everything that you have actually done. Then also, if you want to join our weekly Madri on WhatsApp, I'm going to put the WhatsApp link in the comment section. You can join, and it's going to be so amazing. Thank you so much. Ensure to subscribe to my channel and also share this with people that need it. Thank you so much. See you next week.